On the surface, it might seem like a douchebag move to film a recap video in your Lambo, clearly inside my garage. But there's a cricket in my garage, one cricket. And every time I get close to him, he stops. He's like the James Bond of crickets. I have no idea where this guy is. I spent half an hour looking for him. But anyways, on with the recap video. It's a little bit quieter in here. So after today's recap, I want to talk about the coolest conversation that I've had in a long time with someone yesterday, guys, out in a Walmart parking lot of all places. So quick daily recap on the day. We did not have a free pick today. Masterclass ended up losing like 2.5 units, somewhere in that range. I have to figure out the final math when I get inside. Consensus group 2 units. So still going to be a losing day top to bottom. We were very, very heavy on one particular game, Yankee game. And what ultimately turned today into a losing day is one run from the Yankees we needed in the first 7 innings. We couldn't get that. We were very, very heavy on that. But didn't happen. So losing day overall. If you're just in Masterclass, like I said, you lost 2.5 units. Consensus group 2 units. That's the reality of sports betting, guys. Ups and downs, sideways sometimes down. And over the long term, we know we're going to be up 4 years in a row. But I want to talk to you guys about this amazing conversation I had. All right. So yesterday I pulled into Walmart parking lot. Anytime I've been off my phone driving, half hour, 35 minutes, something like that. First thing I do when I get where I go is I grab my phone, process any Masterclass orders might have come through, check my emails, respond back to Masterclass members, social media, etc., etc. So I pull into a parking lot, I'm in my car 5-10 minutes, whatever. So this Walmart employee comes out, young guy, and he's snapping pictures of my car. So I finish up, I jump out, and I startled him, and he right away says, "Hey, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know you were in the car. I just want to take some pictures. I hope that's okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. It's more than okay." Start chatting with the guy, and I'm like, "Here, you know what? Jump in the driver's seat and let me snap some pictures with your phone." So I did that, and he was super, super appreciative of that. So I get talking to this guy, young guy, 18 years old, named Sohan, going off to university, working at Walmart, trying to raise a little bit of money. And after a few minutes of talking to him, this guy has a head on his shoulders. He has a head on his shoulders and he gets it. And he asked very cliche and the quintessential question that I ask all the time when I drive my Lambo or I drive the McLaren around. People always do the pursuit of happiness line. What do you do and how do I do it? So I talked about it. My businesses and stuff. I didn't really get into the sports betting aspect of it because I didn't think that was really warranted there. But I talked about, my different businesses and, really what it takes to get ahead. So we fast forward now a half an hour and we're still chatting. And I am loving every second of the conversation I'm having with this guy because he single-handedly restored my faith in what I call the instant gratification generation. Okay. People who have their brains reprogrammed by social media, by instant everything, hoping that they can strike it rich quick. But he saw the big picture. And I told him, I said, look, the greatest asset you have in life is what? And he came back with some good answers. His number one answer, contacts. That's a good answer, but it's not number one. Okay. Number one is time. Time is the greatest asset that you have. We only have a finite amount of time. Doesn't matter how rich you are, you can't buy more of it. But time is the greatest asset that we have. But it's also an asset that many people just piss away. Time is more important than money. It's more important than basically anything else that you will ever have because you can't get it back. You can't buy it. You can't trade for it. You can't barter for it. You can't get it back. So I told him this, but then I touched on the point that he made. Because he brought up contacts. And yes, that is a very important thing as well. Now, personally, I didn't go to university. I really didn't see a need for it. I was hell-bent on taking on the world at a young age, and that was the path I took. But for the people out there, the young people who are headed off to university, and even those people who graduated, I'm going to tell you the second most important asset that you have. He nailed it. It's contacts, okay? And I said this, look, there's a reason why a Harvard education costs as much as it does. There's a reason why an education at Yale costs as much as it does. Does it make you that much smarter than everyone around you? No. But what do you get to do for the next 4 years? You get to rub elbows with the future captains of industry. You're going to school with future politicians, with CEOs of major banks. And when it comes time where you need something, you just pick up the phone, give them a ring and say, hey, how's it going? And you got whatever you need. Okay? That to me, guys, is what you should take away from university. Okay? We live in an age of instant information. It's available. Whatever you want to know. You want to watch Harvard lectures? Go on YouTube. They're on there. I've watched them. Okay? For fun. They're on there. You can learn whatever you need to learn like that. AI is going to accelerate this. But right now, guys, you can learn what you want to learn. What is your edge? What is your advantage to having an education, and not just Harvard or Yale, but any post-secondary education? Contacts, okay? Be everyone's friend. Get to know people. Don't forge fake relationships, but forge meaningful long-term relationships and nurture those relationships, because you never know when you need to pick up the phone and say, hey, I need your help. Now, after burning this guy's entire lunch break up, I apologized to him and said, look, man, I get talking about this stuff and you seem like a guy who is headed down the right path. And, I just want to chat, but my apologies. And he said, no, honestly, thank you very much. We shook hands like 3 different times and our conversation just continued. So we ended up exchanging numbers and I told him straight up, I said, look, man, you said the right things. You asked the right questions and I want to help you on your journey. Okay. I made a lot of mistakes in the past, but at the end of the day, I found a way to become successful. And it wasn't due to my superior intellect. It wasn't due to anything other than just, hard work and determination. And I left him with the following. I told Sohan this, that look, 2 things are going to be very important when you come out of school. Number 1, you're going to run into people who are trying to protect you, try to help you, but they're actually hindering you, okay? They don't know it, but when you have a business idea, when you say, I want to do this, I want to buy an investment property, I want to invest in this, I want to start this, there's going to be people that come out of the woodworks, oftentimes family, that'll come out and be like, no, you shouldn't do that, you're going to get hurt. They are looking out for your best interest. They don't want to see you get hurt. They don't want to see you fail. But failure is an important part of being successful. If you are not prepared to fail, if you're not prepared to stop people from trying to stop you from failing, then you will never be successful, because it requires many failures to be successful. Even the most successful people on this planet fail all the time. The final thing we left our conversation at was basically where I started. You're 18 years old. I'm going to send you this video after I post it on social media, and I hope you watch it. I enjoyed our conversation. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you, and I know you're going to be successful. But this is the message that I left you with. Sitting there in the parking lot, I told you something, and I saw the shock in your face. I told him straight up, I would give him my car. I would give him my house. I would give him all my money. I would give him every financial achievement that I've had in life to trade him to be 18 years old again with the knowledge that I have. Because I could do it twice as quick and make twice as much, because knowledge, guys, is power. There's a lot of people out there walking around thinking they know everything. And if you think that you know everything, then you are lost. As far as I'm concerned, a day without learning something, a day without bettering yourself, a day without moving yourself forward. Not talking about financial, okay? Move yourself forward. The money comes, okay? Find something you love. Find your passion. I've said it before, guys. Passion plus purpose equals power. Remember me telling you that, Sohan? Passion plus purpose equals power. If your sole focus in life, like a lot of people out there today, is just to make more money, it's going to become a mirage, an illusion. It's going to sink through your fingertips, okay? Find the thing you're passionate about and do it better than anyone else. Never for a second waste a second. Think about that. Never for a second waste a second. Always utilize your number 1 asset on this planet, which is time. I wish you guys the best of luck. I'll be back with a free pick soon. I got to go try and track down this cricket.